Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning. 15 minutes to change our lives. Start off by giving tzedakah. And we are going to be davening for Mote ben Mazel. Mazel. Mr. Hashem should be safe. All the yidden and all the captives and all the soldiers, everyone should be healthy and safe and come back healthily and speedily. And the Jewish people in Eretz Yisroel should do what they need to do to protect the yidden in Eretz Yisroel and around the world, not fall to the pressure of other governments, people that aren't care about the interest of yidden. Okay, Maimer Chaf Gimel. We're getting there. 5 more. So Maimer Chaf Gimel, we're going to discuss the concept of, and this is something that we all, I think, are, what the word is, faulty, so to speak. We all do this mistake to a certain extent, I think. I know I do. And basically, it's that we give chshivos to things other than God. That's essentially it. And we'll just get into it and we'll discuss it. Okay. Maimer Chav Gimel Perak Aleph, page 325. Okay. And behold, being that we've explained over the past few maimar that in order for the chesed to come down into our physical world, it has to go through these garments, has to go through all the worlds, through the garments. Through all the garments. In order for it to come down in the physical way. That's what we do. That's what we explained. So if you've an inyan that will understand the idea that Hashem will bless in everything that you do. Yeah. So it's a famous saying. We say it's in Devarim. Hashem will bless everything that you do. Talk about this a lot in Chassidus. So what does this mean? Says in Pri Etz Chaim, which is a Kabbalah Sefer, in the Sha'ar Tefillah v'Kavanos b'Pashas Tamid al pasuk, on the pasuk that it says Tzav b'nei Yisrael, command the Jewish people, is b'gematria Kel Adnai. Tzav b'nei Yisrael has the gematria of Kel Adnai, same numerical value. V'hu b'asiyah, and that's in this physical world. And that's why rabbis say, Ein tzav el avodah zarah. That tzav is a language of avodah zarah. It says, again, you have tzav is b'nei Yisrael, and tzav is gematria Kel Adnai, which is one of Hashem's names. And we're saying, and it says over there in Pri Etz Chaim, that the tzav is a lashon of avodah zarah. The fish yenkim shem Kel Adnai. Why is it tzav a lashon of avodah zarah? Because the negative forces receive from Kel Adnai. They're taking from Kel Adnai. So he's going to explain. According to these words, it doesn't make much sense. How can we say that tzav is a language of avodah zarah? Because tzav is a word that has the same numerical value as Kel Adnai, one of Hashem's name. It's a higher names of Hashem. And even though we're saying the issue is that the klippa receives from this, is taking from this level of this tzav, which is the gematria of Kel Adnai. So klippa is taking from godliness. Nevertheless, him atzom, him shemes kedushes, v'hu kadosh baruch hu, v'im kein ma'u inyan ein tzav ela. So even though they were saying that tzav is a lashon avodah zarah because clippers takes from it, but how can we call Hashem's name avodah zarah? Just because something is negative is happening with it doesn't make it avodah zarah. You know what I mean? Like if you do something kind and someone takes that and makes it into negative things, it's not that you did something negative. You did something kind. What they took from it and what they did with it is negative. You gave someone tzedakah and they use it to buy drugs. I'm not talking about a person that you know, but it's just dumb. You're being nice, you give someone tzedakah, the person's a very sweet person, and then they use it for the wrong thing, whatever. You didn't do something wrong, they did something wrong. So why are we calling one of Hashem's names avodah zarah? So let's see. So the idea is the hine inyan avodah zarah who shemishtacha ve'lashem shvarech. What's avodah zarah? Rambam talks about this at length. We're starting Rambam again soon, and in the beginning of Rambam, we're talking about avodah zarah. How does it all work? So avodah zarah is that they bow down to the sun and to the moon. And we're going to explain what this means. Hainu mipnei shemehem teitze hashpa'is hamazin. Because why do they bow down to the sun and the moon? Because that's where they get the sustenance from. Like it says in Devarim, and from and because of the sun, the grain grows. From the moon, the other crops grow. And they're delightful. Yeah. So what we're saying is that we are receiving plants. Let's say, we now go to the store. But back in the day, you have the plants, and you wake up and you see have a good summer, a good winter, and the rain came when it was meant to, and the sun came when it was meant to. And now you have food to eat. You have food to last you. So who's giving you the food? So you think to yourself, it's the sun and it's the moon. They're doing their jobs. And so we have to bow down to them to give them respect. And the issue is that we treat them as a source of the hashpah. And this is the beginning of avodah zarah. The beginning was everyone understood it was Eibush. Hashem was in charge, and we bow down to Hashem. Hashem was in charge, and everyone understood that. And the avodah zarah started to happen was that they said we have to give respect to the stars and the constellations and the sun and the moon because Hashem gave them power. That was the first mistake. They understood it all came from Hashem, but they gave it power as well. And then it got to the point we just have to bow down to these things because these things have the power. And I forgot about Hashem. And this is sort of what we're saying here. That the avodah zarah is that we're giving credit to the. It's like the mailman gives you the mail and it tells you want $1 million. The mailman didn't give you $1 million, but the letter, whoever gave it to you, gave you the $1 million, the mailman. But we're giving the mailman the cheshuvas. And therefore a person is bowing down to these things. This is a very big mistake. Even though it's true that the sun gives the strength for the things to grow, and the moon does, or your boss gives you a paycheck. They're just the messenger. The mailman is the messenger. The mailman is not the one that has the $1 million. He's just the messenger for the $1 million. And so to your boss is not the source of your parnasa. He's just the one giving you the checks. They don't have the ability to do good or bad. They're only like the axe in the hand of the wood chopper. And that's the sun and the moon. The source of the parnasa. That's all they are. It's not that the axe can cut. The axe doesn't have anything. It's the craftsman that uses the axe properly. It's not the axe. You don't say, thank you, axe. You did such a good job. Nothing to do with the axe. The axe is just a tool. So to all the stars and constellations, it's only through that the hashpah comes. but they're just the axe. They don't have any ability of their own. Amnam hashpas v'hanoisen es hashpa hu elikus. But what really gives it to us is godliness. Ela shemashpia al yidei hamazal. His body does it through this. So really, it's all elikus. That's the one we have to be focusing on, and not get caught up with the wood chop, with the axe or the stars in the sun. They have no ability to do anything. We shouldn't consider them at all. Like it says, you're gonna praise the wood, the axe of the wood chopper, meaning the axe doesn't do anything. It's the wood chopper. The axe is not like, hey, I'm so good, look what I do. It's just an axe. And really, this is what like understand in simple terms. When we look at our boss as the source of our parnasa, person pays us whatever, or business, the people that are giving the money, we look at them are the ones that are in charge. They're the ones that are giving us the money. But really have to recognize they're just the axe in the hand of the wood chopper, and Hashem's in charge. And this is a very important idea to internalize. And it's hard. It's not easy. To realize Hashem's in charge. Hashem gives us the ability. Hashem gives us the bracha. Hashem bless you everything you do. We have to do things, but Hashem's blessings. Let's see. Salderech Mashul, like for example, Adam Araya, Binyan Gadol, Mafur, you see an amazing, awesome, beautiful building. Ha'im Yale Alada, Shi Shabach es Hagarzan, Shibana es Binyan, Shem Akama Meshubach Hagarzan, Shibana Binyan Gadol, Mafur Kazem. Oh, Yema Akama Mafur Binyan Shibana Hagarzan. You're going to start giving credit. You see this beautiful building, those days out of wood. See a beautiful building out of wood, you start praising the axe. Wow, what an axe. Such an amazing axe. Look at this axe built. It's a whole big, huge building, beautifully designed. An amazing job the axe did. Of course, you're not going to do that. You're going to talk about the person behind the axe, person that used the axe, person that designed the building, made the building. That's the name and call it, not the axe. Even though he used the axe, and that's how he was able to build this building and make it. The axe was very necessary in the process. Nevertheless, it's not the axe, but it's the person. And so too, but in that case, it's so obvious. Like, of course, we wouldn't say start praising an axe because it's just an axe, inanimate. But we do the same thing all the time with our people that are in charge of us. We think are in charge of us, and that's our boss, or whether it's the government and giving out money, whatever it is. And we have to recognize that these are just the acts, and really it's all Hashem. Just try to finish it off quickly. So too, so to all types of what we get from the world. So where do we get it from? It's really all coming from godliness. It comes with the constellation to different shluchim. And for the reason that's going to be explained. It's really godliness is doing it through these shluchim. And God is the Iker, and these constellations and these other shluchim, Abbas, the government, whatever it is that they're getting the money from, and this applies to everything, they're just the messengers. They're not really considered anything. I feel like it's failing. Not even secondary. Just like the axe, not considered a secondary partner in the creation of this building. So to all these other things, these shluchim, your boss, or whatever the money is coming from, he's not considered anything. Just like the axe. They're just like shluchim, messengers. They have no ability within themselves at all to do any of this. They have no nothingness, no existence. Sometimes we get to even see it from above how the mazalis have no really control over these things. That they were judged with the 10 makkos. And the mazel they tried to use to save them didn't help them at all. And with those mazalis, their gods, that made that we made with them we made the judgment. Most of the times of the destruction, switch them. Ultimately, it's all coming from God and then nothing. Kitzer, Kel Adonai Bigmatcha Tzav. Like we said before, the Kel Adonai, one of Hashem's names, it has the same numerical value as Tzav. Shem Dasiya, which is the name of action. Vayishtachaval Hashemesh v'hayareach, and the bow down to the sun and the moon. Sha'ayadam rak ba hashva gashmis, that through them comes the gashmis. Ava mazalis atam eina yuchelim lo lashbiyav lo lamineya mashva. They have no control over how if they can give or not. They're just being shluchim. Ve'im makagadmi alachayz, just like the axe in the hand of the wood chopper. Ve'alachayz boy v'hashefeya hu elikus, and really it's all God. V'ritzaynei mishaded. And he decides what they're going to do, how they're going to work. And we have to remind ourselves that everything comes from Hashem, and He is the one that's in charge, and no one else. Hatzlacha, and have an amazing day.